Hi there! If you want to understand how you can lower the cost of one photomagnet, this may be one of the most important videos you will watch for this business. Because here we are not talking about just few cents. We are talking about something that can change the way your product becomes profitable. If one magnet currently costs you around 45 or 50 cents to make, in this video I will show you how I managed to lower my cost to around 30 cents without changing the machine, without changing the product, and without compromising the quality. Because sometimes the problem is not the magnet itself. The problem is how that magnet gets to you. And if your supplier is far away, it does not matter if they are on other country or other continent or simply on other side of your own country. When the materials are heavy and bulky, shipping costs start to play a very serious role in the final cost. And with photomagnets, there is one part that many people underestimate: the back magnet. Now imagine your order for 1000 magnets. Have you ever thought about how much that order weighs? And even more important, do you know how much of that weight comes only from the back magnet? In many cases it can be 60, even 70% of the total weight. So when you pay for shipping, you're not just paying for ship supplies. You're mostly paying to move magnetic sheet, weight, volume, a material that in many cases can be found much closer to you. And this is where the big problem starts. If that shipment comes from far away, the cost does not stop with shipping. In many cases, custom, that is VAT, or other fees are added on top of the total amount, and very often they are calculated not only on the value of the goods but on the full amount, the goods plus the shipping. So something that looks affordable on paper can become much more expensive in the end, and this is exactly where many people lose money, not because they make a bad product, but because they don't see the full cost structure. They look at the price of one set of supplies, but they don't look at how much is weight. They don't look how much volume it takes. They don't look at how much costs to get to them, and they don't look at how much they shipping later affects the full production cost. And in this business, that is a huge difference, because a photomagnet should not look good. It should be made in a way where the business behind it actually makes sense. And this is where the solution I found comes in. If you have the option, don't get the back magnet from far away. Get the lighter components and look for the magnetic sheet locally. This was the change that made my product more affordable to produce, and I reached this point the hard way. When I started this business, I didn't have a big budget. I was working for a low salary, I did not have much working capital, and after I had already invested in the machine, I had to find a way to save money wherever I could. Back then, one magnet cost me around 45 cents. For some people that may not sound like much, but when you start with limited budget, every cent matters. So I started looking for another option, and the cheapest solution I had at that time was to buy self-adhesive magnetic sheet and rows and cut it myself. I will show you footage from that, and this behind me is the guillotine cutter I used to cut them. Not because this is the best option and not because I'm telling you to do the same thing, but because this was my way to keep moving forward at that time. I was forced by the situation. I didn't have the money to pay someone else to cut them for me. So I simply did what I could with the resources I had. But it took my time, it took my energy, and was not something I wanted to build around long term. Later, I found someone who now cuts the magnetic sheet for me with a machine, and this is something you can also look for. It can be advertising agency, it can be outdoor advertising company, it can be a business that works with vinyl, signs, stickers or magnetic materials. Very often these companies already have a plotter or machine that can cut magnetic sheet to specific size for your size, and the idea here is not that you have to cut everything yourself. The idea is to find a local solution for the heaviest part of the product. That was the important moment for me. Not just cutting it myself, but understanding that the back magnet could be solved in other way. And when I did that, the cost of one magnet went down from 45 cents to 30 cents. At first, that difference may look small, but in a real business, it's not small. If you sell 300 sets of 9 magnets, for example, that is 2,700 magnets. And if you save only 10 or 15 cents per magnet, that already becomes hundreds of dollars. Money that can stay in your business. Money that can go into advertising, money that can go into growth, or simply becomes your profit. But there is something very important here. Don't make this change just to find the cheapest option. That is a mistake. The goal is not just to lower the cost. The goal is to lower the cost without damaging the quality and the feeling of the product. Because if you save a few cents but the product starts to look cheap, that is not a good deal. You're not just selling a piece of magnet. You're selling a product that someone should want to hold, to give as a gift, to put on their fridge and to feel that it was worth the money. So before you take these steps, there are 3 things you need to see and test. The first one is the thickness of the magnet sheet. I personally don't recommend going below 1 millimeter. Yes, thinner options are cheaper. For example, 0.8 millimeters may look like a good idea because it lowers the cost even more, but the feeling is different. No matter how good the print looks on the front, if the magnet is thin, the product starts to feel light and cheap. And when the customer holds in their hand, they can feel that. If you want to sell a product that someone would easily pay $3 or $4 for, you need to think about the feeling, not only the look. On the other hand, thicker is not always better. The factory magnetic sheet in some ready-made supplies can be around 1.5 millimeters, but for me that is already too thick and often does not make real sense. It makes the product more expensive, it adds weight, and does not always give a better feeling. That is why for me 1 millimeter is the right balance. It looks good, it feels solid, and it does not make the product unnecessarily heavy or expensive. The second thing is the exact size. This is a detail that many people underestimate, but with photomagnets, even a small difference can change the final look. I make 2 by 2 inches magnet, and for this size I choose the back magnet to be 45.5 by 45.5 millimeters. For some people this may look like a very small difference, but for me it is not, because these small details are exactly what make the product look finished. If the size is slightly bigger or slightly smaller, it can damage the feeling of quality. There can be an edge, it can sit unevenly. Everything on the front can look good, but when you turn it around, the product may not look professional. So before you order a large quantity, see how the magnet actually looks. Don't look only at the numbers. Place it on the finished product. Check it in your hand. See if it looks the way you want. The third thing is the adhesive. And this is something I learned the hard way. I had calls where the magnetic sheet looked good, the size looked good, the thickness looked good, but the adhesive was not good enough. And later I received complaints from customers. That was a very unpleasant lesson, because the problem could have been caught early. So don't order a huge quantity. For example, you can order 20 pieces, 50 pieces. Just test them, check how they stick, check if they start peeling, leave them for some time, see how they behave. This can save you many problems, because the goal is not just to make the magnet cheaper. The goal is to make it more profitable without destroying the quality. I want to say one more thing. Many manufacturers say their supplies as a complete set, and that is normal. They sell the machine, then they sell the supplies, and this keeps the customer inside their system. Sometimes this is convenient, but sometimes it makes you dependent. Especially if the magnet is heavy, bulky, and comes from far away. So if you already work with a supplier, you can simply ask if it's possible to buy the supplies without the back magnet, only the lighter parts. Some suppliers may not offer this, but good suppliers often understand why this matters, because the back magnet is exactly the part that increases the weight. And when you remove this problem, the business starts to look completely different. This is not just a trick to save money. This is a business decision, because a business is supported by cash flow, not only by how much you sell, but by how well you manage the resources you have. Because in a small businesses, every unnecessary cost makes you slower, less flexible, and less competitive. When you lower your production cost in a smart way without damaging the quality, you are not just saving money, you're giving yourself more room to move. You can test more, you can offer a better deal, you can handle competition more easily, you can have a better margin without raising the price for the customer. And this is exactly the difference between simply producing magnets and building a business around them. Because this business is not only to production, it's not only the machine, it's not only supplies, it is system. And if you want this system to work, you need to look at every detail strategically. What you order, where it comes from, how much it weighs, how much space it takes, how long you wait, how much money you walk in, and what you can solve in a smarter way. If you are close to your supplier and your shipping is cheap, maybe this not change much. Because sometimes the competitive advantage does not come from working more, and it does not come from buying another machine. It comes from seeing where your system is losing money and fixing it. This is the thinking that can make a smart product profitable. And if you are building a photomagnet business, this is exactly how you should look at it. Not as a hobby, not as just a production, but as a business where every decision affects the final profit. If this video was helpful, subscribe to the channel. Here I talk about real things from this business. Not theory, not motivation, but decision that can help you make better, more efficient and more competitive product.